Alright, welcome back to the video, everyone. I think that I've finally gathered enough experience, in my opinion, to actually make this video on the current state of PVE tier list video, I guess. Yeah, PVE tier list. So I guess, I don't know if I should rank this, how I should rank this, like, just by, I don't know. I'll figure it out. But anyways, the best DPS PVE wise is Pyromancer. We all know this. Pyromancer is the best DPS because, and then the second best is Frostweaver because the burst damage on these classes is ridiculously good. So they will, for as long as burst damage is good, remain at the top. That is just my personal opinion on it. Um, and I think that I'm going to put those as the only two classes in S tier because they're just 1 and 2 and they stand above the rest. Mage is just the best class for PvE. D tier I'm going to put Ninja. Now, the reason I'm going to put Ninja in D tier is because Ninja is just by far, in my opinion, the absolute worst PvE class in the game. Just PvE damage-wise, is just not there. It is never be there, in my opinion. That's just how I feel about it. So, whether you disagree with me or not, I just don't think that Ninja is worth trying, even from, in my opinion. Because I used to main Ninja. I played Ninja for a very long time. I played Ninja multiple times. I've classed into Ninja so often in the past, and Ninja was just never there PvE-wise. So it's D tier for me. I'm going to go ahead and put Asura in A tier because we all know Asura is the best non-trans. Well, I don't even know if I can say best non-transform DPS because Summoner is honestly right there with it. So I'm going to put Asura and Summoner both in the A tier for PvE DPS. I think that if your cat never dies and is always alive, then I would say Summoner is actually like relatively slightly above Asura, but it's really hard for me to say because I did not go from Asura to Summoner or from Summoner to Asura, so it's really hard for me to say. But I honestly feel like these two classes are in a similar range damage-wise, but I do have Asura emblems, whereas I don't have Summoner emblems. So that's also something that I had to consider and take into account, which makes me believe that Summoner and Asura are very, very, very similar on similar levels. Where Summoner gets Coercion passive, Asura doesn't. I think that's like one of the biggest differences between the two, which is why Summoner is able to keep up with Asura. The mech skill is great. However, a lot of people cannot be able to are not able to fully utilize the mech skill, so that's also a downside. The cat will not 100% live every time, so that's also a downside because you will be spending some time command summoning. So because of that, Asura, just consistency-wise, is the better DPS consistency-wise, but I think that Summoner at its peak is just as good as Asura, in my opinion. Summoner also has Sundal, good transform damage, etc., etc., etc. So Summoner is an A tier DPS class right now, in my opinion. Stepping below these two classes in B tier, I'm gonna have Berserker. Now, the reason I'm putting Berserker in B tier is because Berserker has Rage Burst. Well, it doesn't have debuff damage. It has Rage Burst. It has a decent combo, I'd say. Blade Storm, Thunderclap, Rage Burst, and Sword Strike. I think it's Sword Strike. But they have a decent combo overall. Transform Burst, they have the best Stigma in the game. Berserker is very playable. It's a little bit clunky though, I will say, but pure damage wise, Berserker is above Kensei in my opinion. From my personal experiences being on the two classes, my Berserker was performing better than my Kensei. It could have been a skill issue, it could have been something else, you know, because obviously I'm not perfect. I don't play every class perfectly. And I didn't really spend too much time fine tuning my Kensei. I will be honest, because Kensei was the first class that I didn't actually spend 10 days on Kensei. I spent like 3 days, I think I want to say, something around there. But Kensei really wasn't that bad in my opinion. Um, I don't know if I want to put Kensei in the C tier or like the B tier, because I feel like it's disrespectful to put Kensei in the same tier as Ranger. Um, I'm gonna put Kensei in the B tier. All right, so I think that's good. Can I add a column? No, I can't. So yeah, that's those are all the relevant DPS classes. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next one. Anyways, I don't believe you should be playing Twin Star as your main. And Twin Star is the one class that I haven't actually tested. Because I'm not really interested in testing Twin Star, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I just can't really bring myself to try Twin Star. It's not in my interest at all. So, I don't actually have a valid opinion on Twin Star. Like on paper, it seems good, which is all I can say. But in actuality, I haven't tested it. If I'm going to be completely honest, Ranger DPS wise would be here. This is where Ranger would be DPS wise. They would be above Berserker and Kensei. Sadly enough, I hate to say it, but well, I think Berserker might actually be able to surpass Ranger when you get the maximum stigma, because you guys have to keep in mind that our stigmas for Berserker and Kensei are not maxed right now. But in my current gameplay wise, I have Ranger above Berserker and Kensei DPS wise. However, if I wanted to be original and play like a class I liked, I wouldn't play Ranger, play Berserker or Kensei. But this is my completely unbiased list, honestly. So yeah. Ranger gets B tier, I guess. I'm just gonna go ahead and put Twin Star in C tier because it can't be worse than Ninja, right? But Twin Star, I don't think they have any good Stigma skills personally. None of their Stigma skills seem like they really did big damage. I can go ahead and read them really quickly. Let me just go ahead and look at it, Twin Star. Right now and see what Stigma skill they're using, because I doubt any Twin Star is going to be using a Stigma skill. Reduces the defense of all enemies since 14%, 600 magic crit resistance reduced. Deal some damage. Okay. Is someone else using a different Stigma skill by any chance? Let's see. Nope, same Stigma. How about you? Different Stigma, Falling Gemini. Damage to all enemies, a second debuff. Damage taken is increased. Okay, so this is a PvP Stigma skill. Got it. So that's what that is. Alright, let's check. One more. What Stigma are you using? So it seems like if everyone's using the right Stigma, if this is the right Stigma, then it's not that good. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna leave Twin Star at C tier. So I'll be honest though, that could be the only inaccurate one I'll say is in my tier list. And then I'm just gonna put Paladin at D tier. Sadly enough, we all know the story about Paladin. Just fell off in PVE. It's not really like it doesn't really have a place in PVE right now. If you're Paladin, you are probably going to end up getting carried. There are ways that you can contribute to the team. However, Paladin DPS wise isn't really there. Support wise, tank wise, it's not really needed. So yeah, Paladin is going to be in my D tier this time, and that's my PvE tier list. Honestly, I didn't really talk about Priest because you guys already know about the Priest. Priest being the best class in the game, best buffs in the game, blah 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 blah. But I think DPS tier list wise, this is gonna be my tier list. Twin Star, I will say that Twin Star is just like there for now, but overall, I think this is a solid tier list. Please, if you are a Twin Star main, don't hate me, please. But that's my thoughts on the current PVE damage list right now, in my opinion. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next one.